Imagine finishing your PhD and getting paid to build a high impact research profile in India with full funding, prestige, and security. Everyone tells you this, but nobody will tell you how to actually apply and crack the fellowship, which is what is the topic for today's video. Today's video is about NPDF, National Postdoctorate Fellowship, the prestigious fellowship in this country for pursuing your postdoc studies after your PhD. We will see everything, the eligibility, the stipend amount. I will show you the exact procedure on how to apply, all the details associated with this. The deadline for this video is 17th of Feb. So you have 30 days to prepare, which are more than sufficient considering that this video would be a detailed guide from eligibility to the exact application process, documentation. I'll show you everything in this video. If you are new to this channel or watching this video for the first time, hi, I'm Athiya. I make high quality videos around research, higher education and the different angles associated with it thrice a week, and I would really appreciate if you could take a moment and subscribe to the channel. This year you can expect detailed tutorials, various walkthroughs and different fellowship alerts which you will normally not get on any other fellowship portals. You are going to get some unique content. I've planned something awesome for you. It is my vision to make this channel the largest community of researchers globally. It will be a detailed tutorial. I don't want to waste much of your time, and let's begin without any ado. As far as your eligibility is concerned, you should have finished your PhD or thesis submitted. Your age limit will be max 35 years at the time of application. You should not be having any regular or permanent position. And also before the application, you should have decided what your supervisor or who your supervisor would be for NPDF. And as obvious, it is for Indian nationals only. As far as the subjects are concerned, this is specifically for science subjects. So you have physical sciences, chemical sciences, engineering sciences, life sciences, earth and atmospheric sciences. If you belong to any of these subjects, main subjects or allied subjects, related subjects to any of these disciplines, you are eligible to apply for this. The stipend of this is quite generous. You will get 80,000 rupees if you have completed your PhD, if you have the award letter. If you have submitted your thesis, then you will get 50,000 rupees. You will also get a research grant. You can call this contingency grant of 2 lakh rupees per year. The institute where you work will get 1 lakh rupees per year to maintain overheads. The duration of this fellowship is 2 years and it can be extended by 1 year depending on your performance. So you will have a review meeting by the time you finish 2 years and it will be extended. Let's have a look at the documents which are required for this. So on your screen, you have completed application form. So completed application form would be in the portal and I will take you there in just a while. As of now, a completed application form, your PhD degree certificate or a provisional certificate. Then you have endorsement certificate. This is how it looks like. Then you have a detailed research proposal, 5 to 10 pages. You need a consent letter from host institution and mentor. Consent letter for host institute looks something like this, and for that of mentor would look something like this. Host institute is the place where you will be doing your postdoc. So let's say, for example, you have identified a university from there. So you need a consent from one of the directors or one of the hierarchies over there that you can be allowed to work there. Consent from your mentor. Your mentor is your supervisor over there. Like how you have supervisors in PhD, as far as NPDF is concerned, that term is called as mentor. Okay, the meaning is same. You need a detailed list of publications, recommendation letters. You will require 2 recommendation letters and caste certificate if applicable for reserved categories. One more thing that I do want to mention over here in this case, supervisor that was there for your PhD, you cannot have the same supervisor for your postdoc. This is one thing that is mentioned in the guidelines. Now, how do you want to work around this? If you are interested in working with the same person, then best is to have someone who is associated with your PhD supervisor and you can work under that person. Discussions and clarifications you can have with your PhD supervisor. This is how you work around this. Now, moving on to the application procedure. Everyone speaks about guidelines, but how do you actually apply is something that only I tell you. So please subscribe to this channel for more such walkthrough tutorials. As far as NPDF is concerned, there is no application fee. The website that you have to go to register is ANRF Online. Okay, the link will be open till 17th Feb 2026. So you have to go to sign up window, give your email address, give your phone number, okay, and from there you will get the link and you will be able to register. One more thing that I want to tell you is if you have an account on SERB, then you can use the same login details to log in over here. There is no requirement for a separate sign up. I have an account on SERB and I used the same login details for this. I did not face any issues. So if you are having trouble in signing up on this website, you might as well try signing up on SERB and use those login details over here. Once you log in using your credentials, you will see a dashboard. Okay, this is how it looks like. You go to the left panel, click on the first icon and click on proposal submission. There is a separate page which is opening. You click on the drop down menu. There are various schemes. Select NPDF. Once you click on it, a separate page will open over there. Read all instructions. Go right down, download all the documents which I've shown you. Click on I have read all the instructions. The moment you click on it, there is another button which is appearing, start submission. You click on that. This is where you have to fill all the details. Okay, this is the entire forms. There are several sections in it. Let's go through one by one. First will be your profile details. You have your name, address, your basic info. Then you have qualifying degree details. Details about your PhD work. Okay, so keep a small write-up already ready so that you can directly copy paste and you don't have to waste your time in this. Then you have proposed research details. Now this is the research detail that you will carry out once you get NPDF. So qualifying degree details was about your PhD degree that happened in your past. Proposed research details is what kind of work you will carry out during your postdoc. The next section is your mentor details. Mentor details would be your supervisor under whom you will be working. Now, mind you, in this case, before you actually apply in your dashboard, your PI or your mentor should have signed up using the same system. Once that happens, you will be able to select his profile over here. A lot of scholars actually don't know this. What they think is if they submit their application, if they fill their details, it is sufficient. No, it is not like that. Your mentor also has to sign up and log in using the same portal and has to approve you as their mentee. Now there is a window for uploading your documents. All the documents that I've shown you, you have to fill and upload. So what I would suggest is create a folder first only in your PC with the name NPDF, dump all your documents over here and you can directly upload rather than searching last minute. Next, you have your reference details. Now you have to include 2 recommendation letters. So the referees, okay, the person from whom you are taking reference letter should not be the same person who you have assigned as your NPDF mentor. Out of the 2 recommendation letters, one has to be your PhD supervisor and one any hierarchical person you have worked with in the past, whether it is job, research, in your master's, in your bachelor's, anyone. Next, you go on preview and submit. If there are any errors, it will show over here, or you can go through the application, read if you have given all the correct information, and then you can click submit. NPDF is generally announced once a year. Earlier, it used to be twice a year, but right now it is once a year in January. Your results would be announced after 3 to 4 months after your application. Let's move on to the selection process. So the initial screening of the profiles is conducted by SERB. So all your eligibilities are there or no, the different qualifications that you have mentioned. all that will be gone through. Then there will be an expert committee which will check your research proposal status, whether it is feasible or no. There are different tricks and tips that I put forward so your research proposal becomes really great. So do follow this channel for that. The candidate's publication record as well as academic credentials, that also would be checked. There will be a separate committee which would check the post institution status, place where you will be doing your NPDF, as well as the mentor or your supervisor that you will have. What is their track record in the field of education? That also would be checked. After all these procedures, final selection would happen and you would get notified by email, as well as the list will go down on the website. Now, if you have a problem filling up your application form, how are you going to go around it? Here they have mentioned an email, but instead I would suggest doing this. Go to LinkedIn on their page and follow them, and whatever query you have, post it publicly as a comment. Why do I suggest this than using emails? Because most of the times, especially when it comes to fellowship or scholarships, I have seen scholars and students for other scholarships, they will keep sending emails and they will not get reply. If you know LinkedIn as a social media platform, there is one feature that makes it distinct than other platforms, which is whenever you post a comment or whenever you give a reaction to a post, it gets notified to your own followers. This builds an accountability. It is not found on any other platform such as YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram. If I have a YouTube channel and I'm posting on somebody's channel, my subscribers will not get notified that I've posted there. But if I have a LinkedIn account and I comment on somebody else's post, my followers will get notified that I have commented on that post. In conclusion, if you are a research scientist or an engineer looking to establish in research, then this SERP fellowship is tailor-made for you. It not only gives you financial stability, but the ability to work with top scientists in various institutions which are at the top of their game. The only thing that you really have to be careful over here is your research proposal. It is the main thing that will distinguish you and other candidates. And I have made a detailed tutorial. It is step by step. It is for beginners and it will cover all the aspects which are associated with forming a research proposal. I have linked it over here. Do not forget to check it out. I'll see you there. Until the next time,